Now, are our newsrooms diverse, inclusive, and representative? Is there disparity in the way women and men are covered in the media? These and more are some of the questions that are expected to be discussed at an upcoming lecture series to mark the second anniversary of Women's Advocacy Group Alliance for Women in Media Africa, AWMA. The lecture, which comes off tomorrow, Friday, will be held on the theme Balance in Newsrooms, Balance in News Coverage, the role of news organizations in addressing gender disparity. And joining me in the studio is a sister, Shamima Muslim Al-Hassan, and she is the convener of AWMA. I must say, I'm also a member of AWMA. Good to see you.
Good to see you, sis.
So
finally,
yes.
She's been trying to get me to come, but the time.
I know when it's AWMA, you put everything aside and come. I understand now.
So it's good to be here. Yeah.
So what was the rationale behind this lecture? I know it's our second anniversary, but this important conversation.
Right. Okay. So like you said, it's we are 2 years old. And as part of the strategic thinking and the goal behind the organization, that is to continuously raise issues of media development and gender matters in our national conversations, we thought that we should dedicate our anniversary month every year to issues of media development and gender. So this maiden year, you would recall that the global conversation is around the issues of parity, of balance for better. I mean, during the International Women's Day, the theme was balance for better globally. That was the clarion call that parity is good for business, and where diversity and inclusion is practiced in any organization, it is actually beneficial to the bottom line of that organization. And of course, the society is fairer and more representative of the diverse, views that make up a complex country like ours. So this year, we are starting the conversation. Hopefully, every year we're going to choose an important topic and we would address it. We'll find an important speaker who is knowledgeable about the area to come and share perspectives.
Indeed, it's a very important topic, a great one as such. And I'm particularly excited about this, especially with the gender bit. But what has been the driving force? What really motivated the choice of this topic?
Like I'm saying, you're working in the media, you've been working here for a long time, right? And I'm sure that you would hope to rise up the ladder if you so choose a media career. You would want to grow in the media industry. Unfortunately, a lot of evidence abounds that points to the fact that, number one, within the media industry itself, there's underrepresentation of women. Number two, in the general society, the way that the media also presents and represents the stories, the images, and the voices of minority groups and other diverse groups is underrepresented. I mean, if you're an alien and you came into Ghana, you would think that we eat and breathe only politics. And you would think that there were no women in Ghana in terms of the voices that you would hear on radio and you would see. And you think that, Ghana is only made up of pretty women who read news. But we want it to be more than that, Aisha. And so it is important that the media turns the spotlight onto themselves, because the media 21st century is such a powerful tool for social mobilization and conscious building that if once in a while we don't do this self-introspection and reflection of where we are, who are we? Who is actually in the newsrooms that is producing the story? How reflective are the people in our newsrooms? How reflective are they of the larger society? Because you would think that even culturally, because when you talk about diversity, you're talking about disabled voices, you're talking about women voices, you're talking about ethnic voices, even religious voices. What kind of stereotypes have we perpetuated over the years?
I can see that it's going to be a very interesting lecture, awesome, and I won't miss it for anything. And I know great people are coming as speakers. Professor Audrey Gajakpo,
who happens to be the patron as well,
and she's going to be there, and a lot of other great speakers are going to be there. I'm wishing our members all the best.
So let me just announce the keynote speaker briefly. So we have for the first series a speaker from US. She's an international journalist and a trainer. She's done a lot of work in Francophone Africa, West Africa, and she's very passionate about women in investigative reporting. So she's in Ghana, and the U.S. Embassy supported us to get her to speak on the topic. So she'll be there. Mr. George, I just forget his name right now, the Executive Secretary of the National Media Commission, Mr. George Sapon. He won't forgive me for this. You know, too much pressure. So he is on the panel. Your own Efia Pokuya is on the panel. And Nana Majmana Santi, one of the few female strong voices on radio, who has a lot of scars to show for deciding to express her voice
and be who she is.
And be who she is. She's also going to be on the
panel. I'm looking forward to tapping into all these experiences, let's congratulate ourselves.
Congratulations, we're 2 years old, and thanks to Multimedia, they've been very supportive of AWMA since day one.
We'll continue to do that. Thank you very much, Shamima Muslim Al Hassan, and we're taking a break on the pulse.